and welcome to volume, I don't know, we'll make it up 277 maybe. I might be right on that. If I'm not, I'll put it down here just
I
like
don't
I
know.
always do. I'm Mark Graves, just a regular guy fighting prostate cancer, and I'm glad to have you along for the ride today. I have a treat for you. I've been promising this for a while, but we finally came through. I put an invitation out to the guys from the cancer crew to see if they'd like to come on here, and everybody can update you on how they're doing. It's been forever since the guys have been on here, and they said that they would. So what we're going to do is, let me put this back to gallery. There we go. So hopefully you should be able to see all of us. So we'll start in the upper left-hand corner. Lee, how's it going?
It's going good. It's going good. I am still undetectable, and actually my testosterone is starting to come up a little bit.
Really?
So yeah. It's now up to 159 because last time it was undetectable. So 250 is the minimum of normal. So still have a ways to go on that.
Now, do they have an issue with that? Doesn't that feed the prostate a little bit?
No, surprisingly, I really didn't. So I'm just hoping that that testosterone doesn't go too crazy because as we know that's food for prostate cancer.
Right.
I'm still less than 0.04.
Fantastic.
And I actually went to see my radiation oncologist, and he said, you're good to go. Don't need to see anymore. So just go back to your urologist in 4 months.
Wow. That is awesome.
So pretty happy with that right now.
And are you on Lupron or Xtandi?
No, I'm completely off everything.
Wow.
I'm completely off everything. I finished up my Eligard in March was when the final shot wore off. So I'm completely done with treatment.
That is fantastic. So, and is your guy using the term cured or just undetectable?
Just undetectable. We're not, okay. I'm not ready to say, cured yet. So maybe in a couple of years, if things look good, then we can start using the other C word.
Yeah. Oh, that is fantastic. That is awesome. David, how's it going with you?
Well, in my case, no news is good news. Things have been very steady. I'm still on Lupron. I'm still on Zytiga. I'm still getting PSA checks every 6 weeks and bone scans every 12 weeks. But the PSA is staying down at 0.01. And the longer it stays there, the happier I'll be. I have not been making any progress at increasing either my energy or my stamina. I keep pushing against that, but I'm still pretty limited. I can do my grocery shopping. I can do about 200 yards out and 200 yards back. I can climb 3 flights of stairs, but that's about my limit. After that, I've got to sit down and rest for about 10 minutes. So it takes a little bit of strategy and how I want to do my chores and get through my day, but I'm doing all right. I'm still working. It's a hybrid schedule, 3 days a week at the office and 2 days a week working from home. And that's worked out well for me as well. So
good.
Hanging in.
And I know that's been an issue for you the whole way with the fatigue and being able to exercise. So I guess it would have been so much worse though if you had just stopped, but I know that you've made an effort of making sure you climb the stairs every day, getting your walk in every day.
Yeah, it's a constant effort. It's a struggle. There was a time about, let's see, I guess it was just before I started the second round of chemo where I was walking 3 kilometers a day, and one day in September I was about halfway back, and it was like a switch was flipped, and I struggled to get back to the apartment, and I haven't been able to walk that far ever since. So I don't know what changed, and then the chemo after that didn't help, but I never really recovered any strength or stamina after that. So I try not to dwell on it. Every now and then I'll push a little harder and I'll realize, nope, still can't do that. And you recover from that. So,
Well,
it is what it
the
is.
fact that you're undetectable makes me extremely happy.
Well, it's low. It's not undetectable. I mean, that's what the PSA is not a less than anything. It's a straight 0.01. And the CT scans and bone scans show the Mets that are still there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So do they have plans to do anything about those? Because you've already had chemo, right?
I've had 2 different sets of chemo. I'm on 2 layers of ADT. So the good news in my case is that the Mets are not growing and they're not spreading. So if the ADT reduces them further, great. But until the Mets show any sign of actually growing or the PSA starts going up, nothing's going to change with my therapy. If the PSA starts going up, then it'll be time to think about a PSMA scan to see where in with more fidelity than just the bone scan or the CT scans can show. There are a number of therapies available for me in the future if and when I need them. But the longer I don't need them, the better.
Fantastic. Well, I guess like you say, no news is good news.
Yeah.
Stay where you're at.
Right. But I'm going to be on ADT at the very least for the rest of my life.
Right there with you, buddy.
Yeah.
And it sucks. It truly does suck. And Indio, how are you doing?
Hey, buddy. I'm doing great. I keep you guys in prayer all the time. And I know you guys do the same for us.
Absolutely.
As far as my numbers, to be honest with you, I was looking for my notes. I think the last one I sent, Lee might be able to help me, but I think it was like it was less than 4, and I even think it went down to 2.2.
I think you were. I think you were under 2, if I remember correctly. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, and my same thing. We have the same doctor, Dr. Z, and he told me, I guess it was January. He says, "Hey, as far as I'm concerned, you don't need us. You don't need to be here. Check with your urologist." And I did, and that's when it dropped from, I guess it was a 0.4 to 0.2, or I'm not even sure if it's a 0.01 or 0.02. But my next checkup is September. October. Yeah, October is my next checkup. But as far as beyond that, I feel great. Like you mentioned, Mark, a couple of videos ago, like how you felt, and same here. I felt great. I'm doing yard work, although Florida heat is not really a good time to do that because you get exhausted. But Lee's come over and we hung out and we had lunch, and he's been over to the house to watch the guys put my patio up. And we're about 90% there, Lee.
Nice.
The deck's up. The deck's up. We had the chairs and tables are out, and we had breakfast out there this morning. But really, I am looking forward to my next numbers, because I think it's going to remain the same, if not even to the point where it's undetectable, because it's been going down ever since. So
that'd be great.
Yeah, one time the doctor asked me, "Well, how's your urination?" I said, "Man, I love to urinate." I said, no problem. It's just, it flows, and I barely go, unless I drink a lot of water during the day, go to urinate in the evening, maybe once. But whereas before it was multiple times, now it's just 0 or 1. One of those two, that check number, how many times. And doing good there.
Fantastic. So, and how long have you been dealing with it?
When was I guess when the first time I got on, was it 2020 or 2021? Time is flying by so fast.
Yeah,
bro.
that's what I was trying to place. And I can't remember if it was 2021 or not. It seems longer.
It seems longer, but I know it's post-COVID and all that nonsense started. So I'll say November coming up when I first got on your program. I know it's more than a year, right?
Yes, I feel like it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, November will be 2 years in November. That's our anniversary, Mark.
I'll tell you what, it's been cool because you're one of the guys that shaved your head in support of my chemo, and I've always appreciated that. But it's so funny because I try to remember when everybody was diagnosed, and with COVID thrown in there, it's so hard to get an anchor on what the date was because we just spent so much time being at home, not doing anything. There's not a lot of events to tie it to be able to remember. But no,
that's an event to remember.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And then Stephen, good to see you. I have to tell you that when you were doing the finger on your phone, that instantly I just thought of "Don't fear." I'll probably use that little clip because your finger was going like this.
My screen looks different, and I wasn't sure if you guys were seeing me or not.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We see you. We see you.
Okay. Well, good to see everybody. I thought maybe I was on the wrong meeting since everybody's from the East Coast here, but
yeah, the
anyway.
West Coast left us hanging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see?
I had to ask my wife and kids. It's 1 o'clock. Does that mean it's 10 o'clock their time or 2 o'clock our time?
Yeah,
or
right.
confused, and then I'm like, they said no, 4 o'clock. So
Mm.
I set it up with the alarm.
So how's things going with you, Stephen? There's Brian sliding in.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Brian.
Sorry I'm late.
No worries.
I had a friend come over to cheer me up, and
Brian, buddy,
Indio, how you doing?
I'm good, bro. How you doing?
Oh, just horrible, but what the hell?
You're out of California. How bad can it be?
Say that again.
I said, you're out of California. How bad can it be?
I'm a tax refugee, as everybody calls me.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, Steve's just letting us know what his updates are, and then we'll find out how things are going in Texas.
Okay, cool.
Well, my PSA 2 years straight now is, I guess my machine that they use doesn't go quite as many digits. So they call it negligible at less than 0.1.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
I saw your post on Facebook, Steve, and it really, really got to my heart. I thought that was just powerful.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah,
And I got so many nice comments, but there's always one in every crowd that has to say something.
There's a few. I was really surprised. There was a few.
Yeah.
I haven't finished reading them all, but I got a few in there I'd love to talk to.
I tell my kids that those people are there for a reason, and they're to make us look better.
Yeah.
There you go.
So my last meeting with my oncologist, we were going to talk about taking an ADT holiday. And my two oncologists, my radiation oncologist and my medical oncologist, are kind of on opposite sides of the fence about the ADT holiday. And unfortunately, it's the medical oncologist that makes the final decision. And he just doesn't want to risk the cancer coming back. So he talked me into staying on it at least until our next appointment in November. He's just afraid that if I go off it and the cancer starts to come back, the PSA starts to go up, I won't get back to where I'm at now. And it's hard to argue with. And he asked me some quality of life questions. And, I had to admit that my quality of life isn't what I would hope it would be, but for having stage 4 cancer, it's not that bad. So anyway, yesterday I spoke with my radiation oncologist, and he's going to send a note to the other guy, and I don't know if he's got some research or whatever, but because I've had trouble, I'm like David, I've had trouble walking for about 5 months now, and after that started, I ended up with I was in excruciating pain and couldn't put weight on my left leg, and went and got an MRI, and I ended up having a stress fracture of my sacrum. So that's when I found out that weak muscles and osteoporosis is a really bad combination. So that took about 2 months to heal again, and I can walk, I can put weight on my leg, and I can get up the stairs without even using a handrail now, but I can't walk any distance. I feel like I have a permanently pulled groin muscle. And the radiation oncologist told me that might be partly due to having the radiation in that area the last year as well. So he's all for taking a holiday from ADT and getting some testosterone back and building my muscles back up. So we'll see in a couple of months whether I'm able to do that. But
and I know your doctor is saying that he's worried about the cancer coming back. How about you personally? I mean, you feel like you want to roll the dice on this?
I think I do. You know, it's going to be monitored. And if the PSA starts to go up, you know, we'll go back on it. But I'm at the point now where, you know, my goal was to get back and play golf again. And now I don't care about golf. I just want to be able to take a 2-mile walk down to the beach and not have my wife worried I'm going to be laying in the street somewhere. You know? So that's it. But other than that, things are well. I feel good. You know, and that's about it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Steve and I had breakfast together the other day, I think last week or the week before. And if you guys haven't seen the pictures of his hat, and I forget what you called that, the name of it, mud or pie something.
Oh. Well, I thought it was a fedora, but it's technically called a pork pie.
That's what it was.
Yeah. So my son works for a company that sells clothing and hats, and he said, "Dad, it's time for you to step up your game." And I think he's just trying to drum up business among my friends in my age group. So I'll get you a hat, Mark.
Yeah, we'll take a peek. What's the name of the company?
The company is called Brixton, Brixton.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out. We'll give him a free plug because that is a sweet hat.
Yeah.
I gotta look it up.
Pictures I don't think I put any on Facebook. They're on Instagram. I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram, but anyway.
That's where I saw him on there.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad things are going in the right direction for you at least. And I'm praying for you every day. And I really hope that, you know, it sounds like you want to take the chance. So I hope that the oncologist will let you do that and give it a shot. How often are they going to check your PSA while you're doing that?
Well, I've been doing it every 2 months. So I don't know if that increases once I go off it or not. But, and the other thing I forgot to mention is, I know weight gain is a side effect of ADT. I'm losing weight. I'm sure it's muscle mass. You know, they tell you muscle weighs more than fat. So I'm down 14 pounds from my weight 2 years ago when I started on this.
Wow. I found it.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah. So anyway, I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but.
Oh, the doctor's not concerned about it?
You know, I really didn't even talk to him about it because I don't, you know, he doesn't see me that much. Everybody that sees me says, "Oh my God, you're shrinking," you know. But since the doctor only sees me every so often, I guess he doesn't notice the difference.
Oh, I found a hat, Wesley Fedora. Is that a fedora hat?
Well, they make fedoras, but the one I have is called I think it's called a stout pork pie. On the,
Pork?
are you on the
Yeah.
Brixton website?
Yeah.
Yeah. Stout pork pie, I think is what they call the one I have.
And it is sharp. Welcome, Jack. We're going to get to you in just a second, but you're not driving, are you?
Oh, well, I'm parked right now, but I'm going to be driving. So
I thought you were in your car. I'm not positive. All right.
no, I am.
Okay, good. Brian, let's find out what's going on down there in the great state of Texas.
Well, the first thing is it was hotter than hell for a while, which I figure it's training me to preparing me for where I'm going next after I die.
Oh, don't you say that.
But all in all, man, the people here are great. Our neighbors are wonderful. There's so much money left in the bank at the end of the month. I can't believe how much we were paying. California is still coming after me for things that they want money for. It's unbelievable.
Even after you left.
Yeah. Yeah. But
They want their pound of flesh, right?
yeah. Yeah. But as far as me, you know, I just did another PSA test and it was, there's the hat.
Very nice.
Cool.
That is sharp.
I like it. The PSA came out undetectable. So that was, I mean, I'm taking every win. All right. You know, I'm taking every win with that and very nervous about it just because I don't know, we all are. But the thing I got going on now is this, I have back surgery coming up on September 22. I'm just getting over COVID right now. So I finally had my turn at that. So I'm feeling better, but I just came off of that Paxlovid, which they say you get a rebound of COVID afterwards is not unlikely. And so yesterday was the last dose, and now I'm feeling it today. It's just I don't know, I'm kind of dragging down, and I hope it's not a full-fledged rebound. My dad and stepmom both have it. My stepmom's in the hospital because she couldn't pee or poo and for days, and so she went in there and they helped get it out, but they, you know, in the scans they found cysts on her ovaries. It's like, oh gosh. Turns out they're not cancer, so that's good. But anyway, sometimes things go wrong and you go to the hospital and you get scans and maybe you find something earlier than you would have otherwise. So I do believe that God works in that way, and everything happens for a reason. But so I'm going in for my back surgery, which I guess this is a good time for me to be having COVID now, a few weeks ahead of time, so that maybe I'll be more immune when I'm there. I don't know. As long as my lungs are still in pretty good shape for the, you know, anesthesia, I guess. But it's a posterior and anterior. So, you know, I'm a pretty big guy. I'm 5'10" and 250 pounds. And I'm just nervous about how difficult that's going to be for a surgeon to get in front and back. But he says he can do it. And then, you know, where they fuse two of my vertebrae together with rods and screws, and then put a spacer in there, dig out where the disc should have been, but it's not. It's bone on bone.
You're going for the full Monty.
Yeah. So my vertebrae are like, you know, not lined up
on top of each other. Yeah.
Yeah, they're right on top, no disc, and then one of them is slid forward 9 millimeters. So
Wow. Wow.
It's pinching a nerve that's shooting down my leg, and
Yep.
down my leg, I feel everything from numbness to tingling. It feels like there's ants crawling on my leg, or just a shearing pain, like someone just all of a sudden decided to take an ice pick and jab it into my leg. I'm like,
yeah, wow.
All of a sudden, and I can't walk for too long. Same thing, you know. So it's like I'm trying to fight this weight thing, but it's a vicious circle. But I'm hoping that after this surgery and everything gets better, and it'll take a few months, but next year will be my year.
Good.
That's what I'm hoping.
So what's your comfort food when you're recovering from a virus like this? Are you a chicken soup guy, a tomato soup guy? What do you like?
I'm eating grilled chicken right now.
There you go.
A friend of mine came over and he brought a bunch of food, bless his heart, and we put it all on the smoker, and chicken and jalapenos and salmon, and we made some cauliflower pizzas.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
So comfort food though, I don't know. It's this chicken. The neighbor brought chicken soup over. They're really kind and did that. That's been helpful. I don't know, you know, anything. Ice cream is probably my biggest comfort food, but I'm trying to stay away from that.
Yeah.
But as far as the prostate cancer goes, I don't know if I put that post on our group chat this morning. There's like a symposium on Prostate Cancer Research Institute today. I
Yeah.
don't know if you guys have been watching any of that.
I haven't.
There's
saw it.
fascinating stuff on there on the new scans. I don't know. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that. That's, it's just amazing from the time we've all kind of, got the advances that have come through in just the past couple of years is
Yeah.
really encouraging.
Yeah, it really is. So I was amazed.
I can't take their pacing, but I'll watch the recording so I can fast forward through the boring stuff.
Yeah, I had to, there were certain things I'm just like, this is way above my pay grade. I don't understand it. But the scanning, the PSMA and the PSMA treatment, those were both fascinating to me. One of which Jack was telling us about a while ago, with the PSMA treatment, with the gallium treatment.
I'll tell you, I'm so lazy when it comes to that stuff, but Dennis never misses any of those. That's probably where he's at right now. So I always get my stuff from him, and then David as well. So when we do the Wednesday Zoom call, I soak it up in that. I don't do well watching seminars. I just kind of
Yeah, exactly. Excuse me, I'm sorry. But yeah, same thing. And I keep missing the Wednesday call. I've been it's like something keeps happening on Wednesday nights. But it's on my calendar every day. So every Wednesday. So when I am in position and I see it at the same time, I get reminded.
Don't feel bad. I've missed so many of them. Like you say, it just seems like Wednesday, and you're doing something, all of a sudden you're like, 4 o'clock, and you're right in the middle of something.
Yeah, and I do kind of feel it's easier now that I'm here in the Central Time Zone. I will say that, but I feel guilty that that my PSA is so low and that I'm doing well, and that
Don't
do that.
no.
Yeah.
But and you're right. You're right. We shouldn't do that. I do, and I'm waiting for the shoe to drop, mainly because I just don't want to act. I don't want to remorse or rejoice in front of others who are suffering. You know what I mean?
Understand exactly how you feel, but you know what? I had a bunch of people, Indio, and told me that that's actually upbuilding to other people, because it gives them hope. They can see, that
Right.
you made it through all of that and you're doing better on the other side. So it gives them something to look forward to. And trust me, man, I know exactly how you feel.
Yeah, that's good. I've been watching your videos more too, and I just think that from how you were a year ago or so, when it was just, man, it just makes me so happy just to see you.
Me
Up
too.
and
Right? Isn't that amazing?
Yes,
To me, that's a success story.
What happened
know,
to Jack's
to
head?
get back.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I agree.
It was a nice comeback, and it really hits home in situations like Jack and I were golfing, and he's just looking at me, just kind of staring at me. I go, what? And he goes, I thought you were going to die in February. He goes, I thought for sure you're going to die, and here you are golfing. So
I just want to hug you guys. Honestly, I just want to hug you guys. So I'm happy. I'm thrilled.
well, I'm glad things are working out for you in Texas, and I'm really glad you're over the COVID. That's some nasty stuff.
Yeah. It's still, you can see it's lingering a little bit, but hopefully it's the worst is behind me. It was not fun. I assume everybody here's had it.
Yeah.
David, you haven't? Wow.
I may have had it. I'm not really sure.
Okay. Yeah. It was the only beauty is it forced me 10 days off work and some downtime, and that was the advantage, and maybe I'll be more immune when I go in the hospital.
Yeah.
I had a cold back in February, but the tests for COVID kept coming up negative, and I just acted like I had it anyway and stayed isolated. So I can't claim to have had it, but
I got to say, isolation is not a bad thing.
Yeah. It's been nice. I will say that. Yeah.
Yeah, but of the guys online who's had back surgery, I have had before. Yeah, I've had it, not to the extent you are going to have. I had a microdiscectomy where they went in with the viewfinder and little grabbers and taking the floating material out. I didn't get to the point where my vertebrae were touching, thank God. But it could have been there if I didn't do anything about it. But it came out real well.
Oh, good.
Take full advantage of that physical therapy, man. It's gonna hurt like hell, but that's your friend, man. I'm telling you, that's your friend.
Yeah.
Jack, did you have back surgery, as I understand?
No, and I'm not going to.
Okay. No, for some reason I thought you did. My apologies.
No, I've got back issues, but it's from dancing for 40 years. So it's part of life,
There was
back and knee issues. So
there was a guy on the Wednesday night call. I forget his name, but he reached out to me because he had the same surgery that I'm about to have. And he gave me some good information, and it was very helpful, very informative. My biggest fear is aside from not waking up from anesthesia, which I guess you don't, but is the post-surgical. When I had my prostate out, I woke up and I had after surgery a post-surgical ileus, where you basically have your bowels don't wake up, and I'm just fearing that happening again. It was awful. It was god awful.
No, that should not happen.
That's what I'm hoping won't. But the surgeon, I asked him, I said, if that happened once, does that mean I'm prone to it? And he goes, yeah, it's likely. Good, you told me. There's not much we can do. Chewing gum and getting moving as soon as you can after surgery is the ticket to try to wake up, wake everything up. But I'm not looking. You're just nauseous and vomiting and just
That would be rough.
abdominal.
The good thing, Brian, is if you don't wake up, you won't know.
You don't know that.
That's true.
Sorry, guys.
He's gonna come back and haunt you for sure.
All I can say,
Jack.
Brian, all I can say is get with Jesus, man. Get with Jesus now before you get under that knife.
I think I'm on his good side. I'm pretty sure I've done every best thing I can. So I mean, I'd like to think so at least.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And they got me right here. That's what this slice is here.
What's that?
Opened me up and went in and put a spinal fusion in there. So C5, C6, and C7 all have a plate holds them together that's screwed in. And it was the most bizarre thing. I asked the doctor before I went in. This was back in 2008 or 2009, and my left arm was starting to deteriorate because it was pinching the nerve going to this. And when you climb telephone poles for a living, it's a bad thing to be grabbing and your hand opens up. So, went off and got that fixed. So now when I get an x-ray done up here, it looks like a dog bone stuck in there with the 4 little tabs for the screws to go in. And the bad thing with that was the neck brace thing you got to wear. So when you first come home, you can't move your head at all. It has to stay, perfectly still until the bones graft onto the screws. So I think it was a good 2 weeks of just nothing but, not being able to move your head. And then you can wear the plastic one, which gives you a little more freedom. But now I kind of understand how the puppies feel. They have the cone on their head.
Cone of shame.
Yeah, which I was never much for licking my butt, but there's no way it could happen with that thing. So I read
that that's what mother dogs do to their puppies to get them to poop, is they lick their buttholes. And so I told them when I was in the hospital, I'm like, never mind.
I will tell you though. I will tell you though, I have the bidet attachment on the toilet.
That
comes in handy in that situation.
Yeah.
So I got that. I got that. Lynn got it. She got it at Costco for me. I got a pole, not for her to dance with, but for me to grab onto to get out of bed. It like sandwiches between floor and ceiling.
Oh, cool.
And it's a handle right there because I got to do the log roll to get out of bed. I got a lifter on the toilet. So it lifts the toilet seat up 4 inches because we got a pretty low toilet. I got the handles that go next to the toilet. And I got a wiper. There's like a wiper that you can, because I can't bend over. So I'm not going to be able to. So you put the toilet paper, you wrap it around and clamp it onto this thing. So I got that. I mean,
a bidet will take care of that. Definitely.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. And that's what we have.
Yeah, it makes a big difference.
Make sure you hook up the hot water with it.
Yeah, that's the thing is I'm afraid of that flinching.
It's not, I only hooked up the cold. Mine has both. And I didn't go
Yeah.
through the hassle of hooking up the hot. I'm fine with the cold. It works great. It
Look at
sure
you.
as hell wakes you up in the morning.
Oh my gosh. I just can't even picture how it works. I know it sprays you. I've just never seen anything like this. I don't know how I'm gonna react to it, but I got that, and then I don't know.
It,
The
will
walker.
be
I got
your good friend. Let's put it
Yes.
this way. It'll be your good friend.
It was so funny. My mother-in-law and my sister-in-law were down, and people that have never seen them don't know what it is. There's two chrome dials and a chrome handle now on the side of the toilet, and that's to turn on, how much pressure do you want, how much cold or hot, and then the lever you lift up and it controls the pressure of the nozzle, how hard the water pressure is going to come out. My mother-in-law was here, didn't know anything about it, somehow accidentally hit the handle, so it's shooting out of the toilet and hitting the shower, and the water's just coming down the shower and onto the floor. Bless her heart, she's running out here. Des, there's water coming out of the. I go, no worries, we got it, it's taken care of. But that's the only thing you have to worry about is when your friends come over to the house to visit. They go over and play with the switch, because it'll give them a big surprise.
Yeah, big time.
wow. Yeah, so I'll have to get used to that. It's that's going to be interesting. I'm just
You'll like it.
My wife is
Yeah.
out in California right now at my daughter's wedding bridal shower, and I gotta show you guys. This is just my daughter and wife. This is heartwarming. I'm gonna put it in the group text real quick. You'll see it in a second. But anyway, that's so she's out of town. That's why my friend came over. But now I'm thinking, I'm understanding why Lynn bought me the bidet, because she doesn't want to do any wiping. It's all coming clear. I'm getting it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
There's always the garden hose too. You can make it in the backyard.
Oh.
oh yeah, that sounds like fun.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, it's the wife and daughter.
Oh,
Oh, that's a great photo.
that
My
looks
wife
like
is
sisters,
the-
dude. Seriously,
Right?
What's that?
they look like sisters.
My wife is the short one. That's funny how short she looks there.
Wow.
Oh,
Beautiful.
Yeah,
beautiful.
I am blessed. I will say that.
And when is she getting married?
November 11th, and I hope to be out there. Hopefully, I may still have a back brace on, but I'll be there. Hell or high
Awesome.
water.
Oh, that'll be good. There
Yeah.
goes Steve playing with his finger up there again. All right, Jack, I know you and I just had lunch yesterday, but fill the rest of the guys in on how everything's going.
Yeah, sorry I missed you
everything-
guys, by the way.
No worries.
Oh, that's cool, man. Everything's going good. Let's see, it's about 7 weeks ago, I met with my oncologist, was telling him that I was having some, the worst parts are fatigue and brain fog. And he said, okay, well, it's been 2 years. And we had talked initially about a holiday. And he said, well, I don't feel comfortable taking you completely off of everything, but let's cut your Zytiga in half and see how it goes. So I've been 7 weeks now. I've had one blood test. Everything was still good. All my blood work was fine. My PSA levels were undetectable. And I have another one when I get back from California. I have my blood test again, and hopefully they're still good. Obviously, just like everything else, talking about having a holiday and being concerned, there's a little anxiety in that I'm taking half my medication, when's this going to go south? So we'll see. So just take it 1 month at a time and let it go. But everything else is good. Still fat. Still, I haven't gained more weight, but I'm still holding my own at about 35, 40 pounds. Yeah. Thanks, Brian. Give me a goal. Is that what you're doing?
You're not alone.
Yeah, no. So, I went back. I'm trying to do some exercise now. I had a bone scan, 4 days ago, and I got the results, and I have lost some bone density, but not enough to, be a problem as yet. So I need to start doing more weight training stuff to slow that down and make sure that it doesn't get to where it's a problem. So, but so far so good. Everything seems to be good. So.
And
I got
give
no
me the list again. When I first met you, where your cancer was in your body.
Stage 4. Stage 4. I had metastasis in my sacrum, single lymph node in my pelvic area, my lungs, my brain, and possibly my knee. They never confirmed it, but everything, you know, that's what they were saying. And after four months, I think it was 4 months, the lesion in my brain had dissolved. My lesions in my lungs had either dissolved or greatly reduced and have not changed since that about 2.5 years ago. And, you know, I had 25 IMRT radiation treatments early on, and that's all I had. And I've been taking 1,000 milligrams of Zytiga, 5 milligrams of prednisone, and getting a Lupron shot every 6 months. But you know, so everything's the same, except now I'm trying the half of Zytiga for 500 milligrams and see what happens. So far, so good.
That is
That's great,
amazing.
man. That's great, bro.
Yeah. That is
Yeah,
absolutely amazing.
I feel pretty blessed in that, you know, it's not worse than it is. You know, I mean, like Brian was talking about, you know, it's like I read all these things in the groups on Facebook, and guys that are in stage 3 and stage 2 that are having it so much worse than I am. And I'm like, well, I mean, I told you that, Mark. I mean, when we met, you were stage 3, and I was like, I feel guilty because I'm like nothing in comparison to the problems you were having. And I was like, yeah, but you know, just like you said, don't feel guilty because it gives people hope. It's just like when I go to AA meetings with somebody and I've got 38 years sober and clean, you know, I get guys with a month come up and say, thank you for coming in because I never thought it was possible, you know,
Yeah,
and now they see
great.
somebody that has that amount of time and they're like, it is possible. So, you know, just like I told my mom when I found out, because she was all worried, I said, Mom, I didn't know when I was going to die before I got cancer, and I don't know when I'm going to die after I got cancer. So I'm going to live until I die, period. That's it. And trust me, I'm going to live.
Yeah.
I love your attitude.
Yep.
Yeah.
Only
Keep
way
on
to
keeping
go.
on. Yep.
It's inspiring.
Yeah.
It is. It is.
It
That's
is,
Yeah.
man.
I try to be. I mean, I try to pass on that there's possibilities there. So
well, and for me, that feels like that's the number one thing is your mental attitude. You know, your
Absolutely.
staying positive is going to make all the difference in the world.
yeah.
Well-
I think that's truth.
I got let's see, got 5 in a row now on the PSA test at less than 0.04. So is the word nadir? Okay, so I guess you go a certain amount of time, but I've only gone 5 tests. I think you have to go a couple of years or whatever before they figure out what your flat line is. But currently for me, that's been the PSA results over the last 5 tests. I had a CT scan done before my last injection. So my everything that they were looking at before, the lymph nodes, my liver, which was described as just being full of cancer, the prostate, what's left, the tumor that's left now, everything is shrinking. The liver, they said it looks more like scar tissue than cancer. So the Keytruda is working, and it's really working. And it's got to the point where I've been able to urinate on my own a couple of times. Not much of a stream, you know, not a lot happens, but I'd be able to get a little out. But
It's a start.
yeah, it is. And I talked to my urologist about it. He said, well, you know, when you pee first through your penis and then unplug the catheter and measure, you know, how much is left. Well, I was not making a significant dent in what was in my bladder just by peeing. So they had talked a couple of years ago about maybe doing the rotor-rooter thing, the
Terp.
yes, the TERT. And then that got taken off the table because the tumor was so big that there was no way they were going to, I couldn't even get a catheter through my urethra because it was crushed so bad. So what they're going to do, I talked to my oncologist last week, and he has a specialist friend that he's going to put me in touch with. And there's 4 different routes we can take. So we're going to start with the least invasive and work our way up. But evidently there's something that they can put under my skin in my arm or my leg. And what I'm thinking is my daughter used to do that with birth control. Like they had a little stick and they would put it under her skin, and then it radiates out from there and slowly. So what it'd be designed to do is to cut off the blood flow to what's left of the prostate. and hopefully shrink it more to where I'd be able to use the urethra. If that doesn't
Oh,
work,
that's good.
if that doesn't work, they have another drug they can try, and I don't know all the details on that. Worst case scenario, they go in and build me a new one. They just cut me open, and then I guess they take tubes from other places and, you know, build a new urethra.
Like plastic surgery, or is that like, does a plastic surgeon do that?
He's an
Urologist.
oncologist, surgeon, urologist. So I think he's just in the urology field that would do that. Tom Harrison knows who he is. They worked on him. And he couldn't be with us today because his daughters are visiting. But he is back from Alaska. He safely finished his fishing up there. And so he's back home living his best life. And he's off everything. He's completely non-detectable, not taking Lupron, nothing at all. And he's doing extremely well. So good to hear that.
He seems to have like separated a little bit from the group, like he doesn't participate much, or
well, he went to Alaska once they got him off the ADT and he started to normalize, because he's been a commercial fisherman for I think 30 years up there, and he works in the same conditions that the guys do that you see on the crab show, Deadliest Catch. And he knows all those guys, but they fish with a big, huge net to pull closer to shore, pulling the fish in. And it's hard work. I mean, I've seen some of his videos and it's just crazy, but he's home, and him and his girlfriend, you know, been posting up and hitting the restaurants and going to the beach, just having a good time. So I'm going to try and hook up with him.
I like when he shares his music. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see. I don't know if he was doing any playing when he was up in Alaska or not, but we're doing a breakfast on Monday down at Cappy's Cafe, and I'm hoping he's going to be able to make it there. So it'd be great to see him. So that's kind of where I'm sitting right now. The fatigue is ridiculous, amplified by the heat that we've been having. Obviously the weight gain, and I lost teeth from chemotherapy. My gums got destroyed. So I had no teeth on this side of the upper mouth, which that whole thing started in August of last year. So it's been a year, and I finally had the teeth back. And so yesterday was the first day when I was able to eat with them. So now I can actually do vegetables and salads and stuff, because I didn't know it, but you can't eat fibrous foods with just, you know, these teeth. That's the only thing I could chew with is this. And so my dentist was explaining that in order to macerate, it has to be able to move back and forth across both sides of your mouth, you know, to be crushed. Because I put a piece of celery in there, and like half hour later, I'm got a cow chewing on my cud. So it'll be nice. I'm looking forward to that. Some veggies, and I know I talked to Indio about the carnivore diet, and so I'm gonna head back that direction with my eating. Start doing more proteins and salads, asparagus, Brussels sprouts, all those kind of things that I'll be able to eat again. So hopefully I can get some of this weight off. I've held it at 261 for 4 months now, I think, because I was putting it on real fast, and then I seem to have plateaued right where I'm at. But of course, my eating habits suck. I've not been making wise choices on what I eat.
I tried Ozempic. My endocrinologist got too many ists. My endocrinologist gave me Ozempic, but only not because I have the blood sugar issue, but for weight loss. And it started working, but the side effects were too bad. I had to come off of it. But it basically keeps food in your stomach longer. And I would eat like half a sandwich and just like, I'm done, man. I can't eat anymore.
Say hi to everybody.
And that
Hey, oh, look at that. That's what it's about right there.
yeah.
Say hi, guys.
Hi.
Say, you see?
Hey, man.
Hi, buddy.
Wow.
That's the team.
Who that?
That's the team. Say hi.
It's good to see you, little man.
These are all the good-looking guys and Mark.
He just came in and just busted through the door. Say bye. Say bye, guys.
Good to see you.
Yeah, pal.
Well,
Awesome.
Yeah, you're right. That's what it's all about. That is fantastic.
How's Kelly doing?
Mark, we're looking,
You know what?
looking
She's
forward
doing
to
really
it.
well. In fact, when we first started the video, she was here on her walker heading around. But she, let's see, June 21st was the accident. She's been doing physical therapy for, I'd say maybe 2.5 weeks now. And they're saying she probably will be able to walk in another 2 months. So we'll see how it goes. She's keeping up real good on her physical therapy.
Wow.
And
good.
she uses my office chair here. I have the urethane wheels with the German bearings in there.
Yeah.
So it rolls very easy, and she uses that to get around the house. And yeah, it's amazing. I mean, she needed me a lot when this first started, but now, you know, she can cook, she can do dishes, she can do laundry. So I'm happy. Hope she didn't hear that.
You're supposed to do the clearing turns before you say those things.
Hey guys, I'm gonna take off. I gotta run. So it's good to see you guys.
All right,
Great to
Indio.
see
Good
you.
to see
Have a
you
good day.
too.
Stay
All right,
cool,
so you know
Leo.
what? I'm going to wrap up the recording here. We can keep yakking, but I wanted to keep this to an hour. So everybody, thanks for watching the channel. Appreciate y'all being here. Every thumbs up increases our algorithm, makes it easier for other people to find us. So we're going to keep yakking, but I'm going to let all of you viewers go. So thank you very much, and be sure to share the channel. Love you guys.